Hello, everyone. Welcome to Game Cave Development. I'm Rob D. Joining me tonight is Brandon. So and so burps into the microphone. Lead heavy. James, how you doing?
Woo, 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 woo.
RickandMorty.com. All right. So Brandon made more stuff. We shall look at it. When last we met, he made this amount of stuff.
And that was Friday?
That was Friday. It is now Monday. So 3 days, 2 days, 2 days and a night.
I wouldn't count today because how's that work?
I know you wouldn't. You're doing artist math, but I'm going to count today. I'm going to tell you how editors count math, right? It's not like artists. It's 3 days according to people who cut checks.
Fair enough.
You know, why can't it just open Maya in the same window? Why does it have to load another instance of Maya?
I don't know. It always does that on mine.
It's just how Maya is. It's weird. Oh, okay. I see. Here's the ship down here.
Mm-hmm.
So, to give the people an idea of what the hell it is we're all supposed to be looking at, allow Senor Rob here to go and open up the concept art. So this is the concept art.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put this over on my screen. And we can kind of look at what you've made. All right. So before we get up here, let's come down here. This is the ship so far. You fix the bottom fin.
Mm-hmm.
Command deck. That's going to need work. So was this representing the airships?
The scum fighters. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah, so you should probably start placing these down on this.
I had it, but I moved it when I was checking some stuff. If you zoom into that balcony that you wanted, you could see 3 people. They should still be on there. You got to zoom in on them.
Right. So the window should slope this way.
Okay.
Not like further out, but like this, you know?
Okay. On the sides.
Yeah. And then it needs to come like one full, like if this is 2 stories, this is probably what, 3 stories up?
Mm-hmm.
3 stories high if those are people.
Right.
Or maybe 2 stories. So the command deck, it probably should go 3 stories high. If this is 2, it needs 1 more story.
Okay.
And the command deck needs to be 1 flight up, and then this observation area needs to be 1 flight down around it.
Okay.
Equal on all sides, so any walkway around both ends, so that they can come out onto the observation deck and walk around. You understand what I mean?
Yep.
All right.
Got it.
View, lighting.
I didn't get to the fins on the wings yet. Those triangle fins, but that'll be easy enough.
It's easy sometimes to see the wireframe. Makes you look like you did more work. Told you, it's the first rule of 3D artists. Always show the wireframes on flat sheet. Makes it look more important. So those wings are looking better. I think though, again, like from here, they need to come in.
Okay.
See, they're straight.
Uh-huh.
So these parts need to. They don't have to curve. Maybe this right here can be like. Maybe you can just like angle a little bit right here. But I don't know. However you want to do it, you know.
Right.
But what I'm trying to do is so it not look completely straight. Right there. See, it's like a little letter H. It needs to be more like Vader's TIE Fighter in a way.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Lack of a better example.
Right.
You need more fins, right?
Yeah, I gotta add the fins to the back of it. Those
and
fins you got.
These fins right here need effort.
Right.
They're a little flat. Need some volume to it.
A little bit of chunkiness.
Yeah, they're not. And this, needs to come out further, like out to
More?
here.
Okay. How far?
Like out to here, and it needs to not don't do it like this. Don't go do it like a pyramid. It needs to come out like a bullet,
Okay.
like a turbine. A little bit, not quite as extreme as the Batmobile from '89, but you know.
But not as.
Yeah, and there's actually supposed to be propellers right there on these things, dude. But now that I look at it, they wouldn't. These need to be turbines. So yeah, never mind. So inside there'll be a turbine. So we should keep that in mind in terms of the blades.
Gotcha.
You know how you had to do that engine thing in the back on the Jolly Dagger?
Right. That's what I was just
Might
thinking
want
about
to.
with those.
Might need something like that right there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then look at some jet engines and see how these back things look. If there's little things that go up,
Okay.
what details can go back there. Yeah, because this is too thick right here. This needs to close up.
Right.
See
And
these right here? They shouldn't be able to land on these. Yeah.
Okay.
Same like maybe you build the centerpiece and it comes up and then it tapers or some shit. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. That might be easier than trying to squish those pieces. But just add a little.
And you do know we're going to be adding more stuff back here and
Yeah.
all that details, right?
I'll push that back and add a.
Also, on the concept art, there's like cables and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to figure out. See, I don't want to add cables. How do I say this? I don't know yet.
I can add. I mean, like how when I added little things sticking out of the engines on the back, I can add posts that you could tie cables onto. So let's say if I added a post there and one on the
Yeah,
side.
because I'm gonna have to move them around, and adding them just gets in the way. You know what I mean? But the posts I get, and I've already marked where those should go. So this is getting there.
Right. I know I
The
still need to make it more.
skull needs a lot of work.
Oh yeah. I mean, but
Skull
that
needs to
was
bulge, and I think. Let me just grab the transform tool. It's like doesn't want to transform. Where are its normals? Edit, type, history, edit. Modify freeze transformation. Center pivot. Where's the center scale? Come here. It's not scaling uniformly. Where's the center?
it should be the box above it, or
Oh, it's a universal manipulator. That's why I'm not using the scale tool. Didn't have the universal manipulator option when I was learning this shit. It's not exactly right, but how it comes out more. And like looking dead on. I mean, it's getting there, There's going to be some limitations, right? Because it's real. I think the skull should like here, maybe I don't know, it feels like it's too thin at the top. Like it needs to,
wider by the eyes.
yeah, like by this, yeah. Because you gotta remember, it has to have that cheekbone feel.
Yeah.
You look at the creature box skulls, creature box, those guys, Scotty Young. No, that piece came out alright. That tail thing. Yeah, that needs a lot of work. And these need to be all stacked with shit when you get done. They need to be all filled up properly.
Big change, right?
And I think the front of the boat still needs to. Oh, you think that? Yeah, see, it's not. You didn't bring it out yet. I think the front of the boat needs to come out more, like that.
All right.
Yeah, see, that looks more. That looks more aggressive.
Yeah.
And somehow I feel like that is just a little too thick. That's better. Yeah, these sloping back is a problem. Because flying doesn't quite work that way. And it looks more sharp than. I mean, I get it's kind of aggressive, but. Where'd I put the art? Where did Rob put the art? It needs to be more like this.
All right.
Just like this. I arrived at those shapes on purpose.
Okie dokie.
Same with this. I want it to look just like that. I don't want this. This looks like the Abaddon font.
I can't remember why I changed it. Maybe I took.
Yeah, because you're on a roll and you're doing your own thing. So redo it.
Okay.
Stick to the design. Trust me.
Okie dokie.
Is that just perspective? That is, right? They're equal length. See? Isn't that weird? Looks like they're taller on the side, but they're not, right?
Right.
Oh my god! Optical illusions. So, yeah, I think you're on the roll. I mean, I would definitely fix those things. You want this file back, or can you just make the changes I wanted?
I mean, you can kick it back to me if you want. That'd probably be just because of that skull up front.
Right.
So it's exactly,
Yeah, I'll kick it back to you. And then since I scaled this, these are all off, so you have to fix that. And then we're gonna need to block in all this extra shit once you're squared away with all that,
Right.
So moving forward, go ahead and get that command center finished. Fix these things up here. Get all the final fins put in and make sure they have weight to them. Get this done, the engine thing,
Mm-hmm.
and the skull. That should take you till Friday at the latest. I don't think it should take you that long.
No.
If you get done early, then you need to start the engine area back here. And I would base whatever you do back here off what we've done on the Jolly Dagger. Just find a way to scale it up and kind of flip it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want it to look exactly the same, but all these engines are made by the same company, Corley Motors. So, which is an homage to Full Throttle. So, something similar here. I'll just let you do that. But yeah, I don't like that.
Which part did you like?
Well, I don't like that shit.
Okay.
The design, only just seems off. But other than that, everything seems to be working right. No, that's fine. How was modeling this? Your thoughts?
The skull was kind of a pain in the ass. You gave me really good direction last time, so I mean, as we move forward, the direction you give me is becoming easier to just know what you're saying and just execute it compared to before, where it's like you tell me to change something and I'm like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing, and then I end up going on a tangent. Same with the wings things. I might have just got a little carried away when I was doing something with them. So moving forward, I won't move off of design unless told so.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're confused on if like when I sketch it and they're completely different,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Arrive at either ask me to pick, you know what I mean? Hey, do you want it more like this or that? And then I'll say this like this,
Right. I think maybe I took some. Maybe you said, "Oh, these need to be sharper," and I took that as sharp as like knives or something.
Yeah, they're not, but they just don't fit in with. Look at the design; they don't fit.
Right.
They stand out. They kind of resemble this fin down here, and even then, I've been on the fence about how that works. I think this. I'll give you some reference later when we get off on what to do with that down here, because I don't think it's wrong, but I don't think it's there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it'll be hard for you to modify. So overall, though, I mean, you're definitely getting there. So
Thank you.
it's not like it's a big fucking. I mean, the weights are right here, the proportion.
Mm-hmm.
The skull's getting there. I expected far worse. So, but no, I mean, dude, it's looking pretty good. I mean, I could see this being done next week, right?
Yep.
Right on track. How's your confidence in modeling on Maya going?
Better. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not. It's nice that when I do good work and you can tell that I've worked on it, I don't get my ass chewed out, and we don't have any problems. So as long as I,
Well, let me give you some basic design tips, right? So this command deck, how I say it needs to go this way, you
mm-hmm.
should look at how this shape is moving and how this shape is moving. You know what I mean? And a lot of these shapes are usually contrasting against one another. So one goes this way, one flips this way, one flips that way. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when you start to make new pieces, you want to make sure the flow is either if all the pieces are moving in one direction, that you maintain that, right? Or if it's going this way and then flipping back. But in this case, it seems to be like this piece here, the way this molds is similar to the way I drew the top of this. You understand what I mean? So it's just a matter of like trying to find the. This is a bit more advanced than you're used to,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just uh, maintaining the continuity of form and shape design. And a lot of times when people build things up, when you start to build something up from its root shape, in order for it to still feel cohesive and not a big clusterfuck, is you take similar shapes and you put them, especially like landmark areas, and then everything that goes in between follows that form. Does
Okay.
that make any sense?
Yeah.
So there's no other shape on this that slopes like this other than this and this, except this bottom fin. And that was the one thing I was like, So those aren't the shapes we want to use. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I don't know if it's completely something you grasp right now, but moving forward, when I say, hey, go ahead and make something, the things you want to keep in mind is what's already going on in here. You know what I mean? And you'll find that some of it's intuitive, but sometimes you're gonna have to use the old noggin, you know? That when you start to sculpt stuff, you can look at the other pieces, you can take something, build it, and it plays off that shape that's scaled down or scaled up. Like if I said make a giant turbine, say right here for some fucking reason, but I don't want it to be exactly like that. You would take that, warp it, stretch it back, pull it back. You know what I mean? Put it up in. Maybe you could take a couple more fins down here, and this way it follows the form. Especially with the Jolly Dagger. Like if you hold this up next to the Jolly Dagger, I kind of wanted them to be somewhat similar. You know what I mean? It's not like Star Wars where the shapes are completely dissimilar. Where you have X's versus H's. You know what I mean? So it's basic negative space. Yeah, because this is a big ship, dude. So like, how many ships fit on that command deck right now?
Of the scum fighters,
Yeah.
probably like 50, 60.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Well,
I
not just stacked up, but like an aircraft carrier.
probably
That
I'll
doesn't
lay
look like
some out.
50 would fit there, dude. It looks more like 20.
I'll lay out a bunch and see how many are on there.
Because I figured they had like 3 squadrons, you know? So figure out how many ships are in a squadron. How many ships are in a squadron? I don't know.
Uh,
7, you know? What, 12? Can't be 12. Sounds like 7 or 8. Probably 8. So let's say they have 4 squadrons, so it should be able to fit 24 ships comfortably. You know what I mean? And then in the hangar to store. See, because you got to store extra shit. Well, shit, because you could actually store. They got this, and they got a sub level here, which they would work on shit. So they need to be able to rotate out 50 ships, 20 on deck, 20 below. But they need to also be able to fit the extra 20 below that if they have to put everything down board. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You always want to have 2 ships per guy in case your fucking ship gets totaled. It's not cheap to run these fucking things. So, because I just know I got a shot up close where this engine gets hit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to get a sense of how big that is compared to the Jolly Dagger. The Jolly Dagger is like what, about that big, probably. Not even maybe like that big. Which is about right. It's a big engine. So this is going to need some more surface stuff because of its enormity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Some topographical shit.
Huh?
To include possibly even like, you know, moving forward like seam lines and cuts and stuff, you know? So the way an engine would, a little bit more than what you're used to, just because when I zoom in, I mean, like I can draw a lot of it, but there's like big, like you can easily see how that could come in and this can be pulled out. I mean, if you just look at pod racer engines, you'll see what I mean, you know?
Right.
So, I mean, not movie quality detail, but and then inside here we have the hangar. Don't you want to go here? Check out the ship, walk around.
I do. I want to go for a cruise in it.
Yeah, this straight up thing I hate. I don't like it. And I get that some ships do it. Like we're looking at those airships. Oh, those go straight up, but I hate that too. So, design peeve of mine. All right, dude. So good job, man.
Thank you.
You're on track. All right. You have anything else you want to add, Brandon?
No.
Where can we find you on the internet?
Instagram and Twitter at leadheavy.
As always, you can find me on the Facebooks. Sketchbook.com takes you right to the YouTube channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Backers, thank you for continuing to support the project as we wrap up the first volume or volume 1-1. Everything. But Brandon, dude, awesome. You know, I really do. I just want you to know, you know, you're this is the workflow I was expecting us to be at, you know,
Right.
in the beginning for you being new. At some point, I just feel this will all get cut down even in half the time. Like this would be the first thing you'd hand me
Right.
the first week. You know what I mean? And once we're there, then you'll know. Once you're at that point, you'll know when we start getting to like you'll be able to get into rigging and stuff like that. You know.
Uh-huh.
So you'll get it to the point where these whole things move. You know, the fins move, and these are all animatable. And you could pull one thing and it moves the fins back, and you'll be able to animate it. You know. So look at that. You got a whole new talent, right?
Right.
All right, dude. We'll be back. What you're gonna do? Friday?
Yeah, late Friday night sounds good.
All right, we'll do it Friday. All right, talk later. Bye.